Warning, the following contains spoilers for the Better Call Saul ending. The Better Call Saul series finale neatly wraps up the biggest remaining questions and mysteries in the show, but why did Saul Goodman really want that mint choc chip ice cream? Later, it was of course made clear that Jimmy was just hamming it up to make his last scam and stint as Saul Goodman more believable. Part of this was asking for the ridiculous weekly pint of mint ice cream on top of his already generous 7-year prison deal, an agreement that began with state lawyers threatening Jimmy with over a century of prison time. This wasn't the first time for Better Call Saul to use mint choc chip ice cream as a plot device. Understanding the true relevance of the ice cream to Saul Goodman's courtroom testimony, and Jimmy's final fate, entails looking back to its previous appearances on the show. Audiences were introduced to Jimmy McGill, Saul Goodman's preference for mint choc chip ice cream in Better Call Saul Season 5, Episode 1, Magic Man. Jimmy was scooping the same blue-green ice cream into a bowl when he was discussing his big plans with Kim Wexler at their apartment. The flavor appeared more prominently in the next episode, 50% off. After a reminder of Jimmy's past left him unsettled, he grabbed a scoop of mint choc chip ice cream in a cone. Happily walking along the streets of Albuquerque, Jimmy was the picture of whimsy in his trademark colorful ensemble, making calls and enjoying his treat. This happy moment was cut short when Nacho pulled over beside him and forced him to get inside the car, the start of the ill-fated relationship between Jimmy McGill and Lalo Salamanca. When Nacho returned Jimmy to the same spot in the next episode, the guy for this, Jimmy saw the ice cream cone melted in the sidewalk, being feasted upon by fire ants. Better Call Saul's symbolic use of mint choc chip ice cream gets crystal clear in the iconic close-up shots of the fire ants in The Guy for This. As if climbing the peak of a mountain, one ant stands above all, but the scene is soon overwhelmed by hundreds of other red fire ants, scrambling to get their fill, with many getting stuck in the greenish melting goo of sugar. The fate of these ants, especially the one who climbed to the top of the cone only to end up like the others, is mirrored by both Jimmy and Kim Wexler's fate in the last season. Beyond its heavenly flavor, the mint choc chip ice cream in Better Call Saul represents the game. Though Jimmy's relationship with Lalo was profitable, Jimmy's control and enjoyment of the game fell to the ground and melted the moment Lalo snagged him from the sidewalk. In the Better Call Saul Season 5 finale, as Kim fixes Jimmy an ice cream bowl, he tells her to leave off the mint chip, making Kim scoop it into the bowl herself, foreshadowing Kim's own descent into the criminal underworld. What Saul wanting mint choc chip ice cream really meant beyond Saul wanting mint choc chip ice cream as part of his ruse, it's never mentioned again, implying that both Kim and Jimmy are completely out of the game, and that Saul's initial request for regular ice cream provisions was both to show he could have continued the game, and that he had chosen of his own volition to opt out. Notably, the ice cream is simply the most visceral extension of how Better Call Saul uses shades of green, the color of money, to represent Jimmy's hustle throughout the series. Walt and Jimmy's Better Call Saul finale scene was the last time the color appeared in the show, only through Saul's luggage. In the very last black and white scenes, Better Call Saul shows several trees and prison uniforms, but never a shade of green. This implies that Jimmy McGill could truly be done with the game, and that his mint choc chip rejection was just one of many signs reflective of a genuine lifelong change. Curiously, the only colors present in Jimmy and Kim's last scenes is through the cigarette they share, a literal last spark between the two in the final chapter of Better Call Saul.